name is Adam Hall and I'm with Fifth Third Bank, and today we're going to talk about strategies to help boost your credit and your credit score. So the first thing that I want to help dispel is that oftentimes people think when they have bad credit, there's no way to get good credit, and that's simply not true. The reality is your credit score, the majority of the weight of your credit score, is your most recent 2 years behavior history. And so even if you have a disastrous credit right now, if you start today doing new behaviors, then in 2 years you can have good credit. Another thing that I want to dispel is that there are those companies out there that will say that they can help fix your credit for a fee. Oftentimes these are very ineffective and sometimes they're scams, and so steer clear of those companies that send you spam emails or have signs on the road saying that they can fix your credit, because those typically are not things that are going to help, and often what they do are things that you can do yourself. So first thing that we're going to dig into is how your credit score is calculated. And so there are three main credit bureaus: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, and they each receive information from creditors about your payment history. And that information, particularly your payment history, is calculated into the overall score. So the first thing is the biggest weight of your credit score is your payment history itself. So if you're not paying your bills on time, one of the quickest ways that you can help turn around your credit score is to make sure that you pay all your bills on time every single month. That accounts for 35% of your credit score, so that has significant weight and is a great way to build your credit pretty quickly. Another thing that can really help quickly build your credit is to look at the ratio between balances on your credit card and the limits on your credit card. Ideally, you want to keep your balances at or below 30% of your available credit. If you're over that, paying down those balances so that you get below that 30% mark can make a significant difference in your credit score. That accounts for about 25% of your credit score. Some other things to keep in mind is the length of time that you've had credit. And this is important because if you think about it, if I were to ask you if I could borrow $100 and we've never met each other before, it's highly unlikely that you would lend me money. But if you've known me for a long time and know I've borrowed money from you in the past and paid you back, you're much more likely to make that decision to make that loan to me. It's very similar with banks and financial institutions. The longer the history that we know about what your payment history is, the more predictive it is, and the more likely it is that we would be able to make a credit decision, reliable credit decision on your credit file. A couple of other areas that impact your credit history is the number of times that people have pulled your credit report. You want to be very careful about when you apply for credit, because it can impact your credit score very negatively. An example I like to share is that if you go to the mall during the holidays and they offer you a discount on your purchases if you open up a credit card with them. If you do that at several stores in January, your credit score could drop dramatically. There's a couple of exceptions for that. One is when you're shopping for a home loan. If you have a 60-day window where no matter how many times you have your credit checked for a mortgage, it only counts as one inquiry. The reason for that is that most mortgage lenders cannot give you the full terms of your loan without knowing what your credit score and credit profile is. And so they want you to be able to shop and find the best deal possible for your particular situation. The other exemption is auto loans. And so if you've ever gone to an auto lot, you know if you talk to them about financing, they farm your credit out to several different agencies, and that also will only count as one